This year I went to Automatacon 2024 in Morristown, New Jersey. I just went on Saturday and I didn't go to any of the events. I just checked out the exhibition. At the end of this video, you can see the list of all the events that happened at this year's con. Playful Engineers is exactly what I was looking for. I was attending this con not just as a fan, but also as a maker. And right off the bat, he taught us how to make a crankshaft using a paper clip and some beads. Also, I was looking for a mechanism that I could use to make a hypnotic spiral using a hand crank. And this mechanism right here is exactly what I needed. And it was the very first booth that we saw. You really need to check out these guys. They have a really cool bunch of resources for people who are into automata. Here's a cool little flapper that you can make. Just pause here for the directions and you can make your own. You just need a few simple things you probably have at home. This is a great one. Mechanicards were really cool. I didn't get a video of any of the cards, but I was very fascinated by another automata that was on their table. This one just showing how you can use a motor to create so much motion. This is a very simple and crude mechanism, but it has a lot of movement and it looks pretty easy to do. I think anybody could put this together. I love this because it makes it a lot less intimidating for me to try to use a motor. Okay, so get ready to get blown away by the work of David Bowman. He's an engineer and a retired high school physics teacher, and you won't believe his amazing creations. One of the things that really inspired me about this piece is the use of chain drives, and I'm really excited to try something like this in a project of my own. Mr. Bowman uses these vintage Meccano pieces to build his projects, including this awesome bird. And check out this stunning mechanical man. I really love his earring. I love how lifelike the fluttering motion of the dragonfly is. I've been a long-time fan of Fliposcope on social media, so I was excited to see their booth in person and actually picked myself up one of their specially discounted Fliposcope Maker Edition kits, and I can't wait to make this at home. And I'm a big fan of Randall Cheever, who uses a lot of vintage items in his automata. I really enjoy how he remembers where he got every single item, and it makes the history of each object so much more rich.
Yeah, I do like.
I love how he incorporated a cranky background into this one.
And also the motors for something like.
And I have a real soft spot for automata that use egg beater mechanisms. I have one here at home and I'm dying to try it myself. Myron and May Tupa brought a really cool exhibit to share with everyone, which featured knife sharpening toys. Evidently, at some point, kids were fascinated with sharpening knives. And once he demonstrated one that sparked while the toy operated, I could see why. What a neat collection. It was so cool to see this. Now brace yourself for the amazing work of Cecilia Schiller of Cranky Heart Automata. Did you see this bunny spreading the cards? I mean, that's really cool. Now this piece is just epic on a whole nother level, and so hard to capture all of the incredible aspects of this piece. Just take a look. It has so many yummy little Easter eggs tucked around and so many different fun things to find. The more you look, the more you're going to see. And I only wish I could have captured these in video so you could see how cleverly they integrated with the motion. Wait, does this guy have 4 arms? I've never seen anything quite like this piece by Lu Yu. This is a neat take on automata, and I love it. I wish you were here in person to crank these yourself, because Mark Hayward makes some very satisfying to operate automata. Now, is it my imagination, or are those wings made out of cat whiskers? Now, David Lennox had some very clever little automata here, but I got obsessed with the clothespin automata. I'm dying to start making some of these, and I love to see examples in the wild. Now, that's all the video I got of the show itself, but they had an exhibit at the museum in parallel that had some beautiful examples of automata. And of course I had to go do this again, which is making your own sheet music for a music box. You just punch out all the notes and then you run it through the machine to play the song. It's so fun. This is another movement that I want to experiment with, so it was cool to see this in person. And here's some more items from their permanent collection. This is their model train set. It's really adorable. You could probably spend a really long time looking at all the details in this. And I'm more than a little bit obsessed with this awesome way to collect donations for the museum. After the show, we set out to do a little exploring of the local area and ran into this thing and this beautiful historic home, as well as a citywide yard sale. And there were about 80 yard sales happening in Morris, New Jersey, and we visited about 20 of them. And it was a super fun day. I highly recommend, and I look forward to this again next year. Stay tuned after the song if you'd like to see the full event program. Thanks for watching, and I hope you got inspired to make some automata yourself.